Platform streaming live.
It is another episode of Say It Loud podcast. Thank you all for tuning in with me. And this week in the hot seat behind the mic is Align with Alison. So if you don't know who Alison is, clearly you have not been on your Instagram and doing your homework. And if you don't know who Alison is and you're looking for a relationship or a relationship coach, then stay tuned because this is who we're going to talk to today and kind of get into the nitty gritty of like dating and relationships and how you find that person and have those conversations. Hi, Alison. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Yes, thank you, Karen. I appreciate you. Thank you.
So I always vet everyone that comes on my show. They think I'm podcast bougie, but I probably am. I is. Because I only invite people that I know I want to talk to about something. Mm-hmm. And we talk about relationships a lot on this show, and people being able to, one, find that healthy relationship, two, have that healthy communication, and then three, maintaining that love and respect and understanding and enjoyment throughout their relationship. So can you just tell everybody a little bit about what you do and how you got here?
Yes, absolutely. So it all started back in college. I studied undergrad education at Brooklyn College because I wanted to be a teacher. My mama was a teacher. And I thought that I was going to impact the youth in this very valuable way. And then once I started teaching, I realized that I did not want to do that. However, I wanted to keep the benefits of working for the Department of Education in New York City, the schedule, the summers, right, and still working with kids. So then I transitioned into counseling. So that's when I started like kind of getting towards where I am now. Became a counselor, and also realized that I could have so much more impact if I was in the home. Like if I could backtrack before I have these kids who are fighting in front of me, before I have these kids who are taunting each other on social media, if I could just go back and kind of like fix the parenting situation in the home, then we would be so much better off, right? And then the straw that broke the camel's back was COVID. Because I think a lot of folks like me, especially I come from an immigrant background, a lot of folks like me have been taught, you get you that good city job, that good state job, good federal job, you get your benefits, you get your retirement. And then when COVID hit and the mayor in New York City at the time told us that our jobs were at risk and he was fitting to let go 300,000 people, I said, right, I need to figure out another way to make some money because I cannot rely on Uncle Sam to do it for me. So putting all those pieces together, actually having a conversation with one of my friends as well, I figured out that I think it would be in my best interest to start a business and to get into coaching. Now, relationship coaching is a little bit more specific, right? So how did I choose that specific niche? I was dating a gentleman at maybe 4 years before this time, 4 years before. And he was either unwilling or unable to commit. I don't know which one, and which one doesn't really matter. Let me explain why, if I could go off on a tangent for a second. If anybody's ever ordered Uber Eats or Seamless or any of those, right? And then like 45 minutes, an hour passes, you're like, damn, where's my food? You check the app. And then you get that message on the app that says your order's been canceled. You don't care if it's because they couldn't find any drivers. You don't care if it's because the restaurant closed early. You don't care if it's because they didn't have the food. All you know is you're hungry and you don't have food right now. Right. So I don't know if he was unwilling to commit. I don't know if he was unable. I don't know if he was facing trauma. I don't know if he was brighter than me, which is one of my theories, that he saw what I couldn't see. All I know is that he was not able to give me what I wanted. I placed the order. It could not be delivered. Why? Doesn't matter, right? And so after I left that relationship, I had to then create a process that I was going to go through that was going to get me from this heartbreak to where I wanted to be, which was happily married and creating the family that I desired, right? And I was able to create that process for myself. So I'm at a crossroads. One, I know I want to coach. I want to create my own business. I don't want to have to rely on Uncle Sam. And two, I know that I have the experience of being able to go from being in a relationship that was unfruitful to at the time I was engaged to be married to my dream partner, right? So I'm like, aha, I'm going to put two and two together. I'm going to take that expertise and I'm going to start teaching women how to navigate dating successfully so that they could be found by the partner that they deserve.
I love it. So we're going to talk about it because I feel like, first of all, I feel like people do need coaches because I need one. So I know other people need it. Maybe we think we don't. But I think we do. And I love the fact that you're teaching other women, not necessarily just teaching men, or other people can seek out advice from you. I think that's really important. Now, do you think, let's start from the beginning, do you think everyone can find love?
I think that everyone, almost everyone, because I do come from a philosophy that man is good, right? So you remember back in college, philosophy 101, like I believe that man is good for the most part. We ain't talking
Right.
about, those, right, folks.
Right.
But most people are good. And as a result of me believing that most people are good, I do believe that most people are deserving of love.
Right.
Can they find, that might be playing an English game here. Do they have the capability? I don't know. And I think that's why I exist, because there are some people who are lost. They
Right.
don't know how to navigate dating successfully, especially folks who are divorcees, those who were in long-term committed relationships for years or decades, getting back on this new scene. Dating
Yes.
app,
Talk
what?
about it.
Who sliding into DMs? What are you talking about? So figuring all those things out
Yeah.
is something that is a skill that needs to be taught. Are we deserving? Yes. Do we know how? I don't think so. That's why I'm here.
Well, let's talk about it, because everything that you touched on is me. And yeah, I am divorced. I got married when I was 20, 21, 22 years old, and that was 20 years ago. And so now being back into having to date, having to meet people in a whole different time period with a whole different ways of people connecting is a thing. Like, how do you tell people to deal with that?
So it's a couple of things. Number one, you have to be clear on exactly what you're looking for. So if we're talking about the divorcee who's getting back on the scene, are you trying to rebuild your confidence? Are you trying to have fun? Are you trying to get remarried? Like, what is it that you're looking for in terms of relationship status? Then what are you looking for in this potential partner? If it's just casual, then it's someone who makes you laugh and who's fun. Does it really matter whether or not they want more children? No, because you ain't looking for that. Does it matter if they're extremely financially stable? Once y'all can have fun? No, right? So you have to decide about what you're looking for in a partner. And then you have to get serious about finding it. What I find is that a lot of people are afraid to say with their mouth, say it aloud, right? They're afraid to say what they want because they don't want to fail. So if I say aloud, I'm getting serious about weight loss, I'm going to lose 20 pounds. Then when y'all see me eating burgers, then I'm a joke, right? Versus if I never say I want to lose the weight, if I'm eating a burger, you're not looking at me any kind of way. When people say aloud what they really want, they're held accountable to it. A lot of people are afraid to say, I want to be married or remarried. They'll say, oh, if he just wants to be with me, then that's just enough. It's just papers. Do you really believe that? Or are you saying that because you're afraid to take the risk? Some people say, oh, I want to be the rich auntie. I'm okay if I don't have kids, which I'm sure is the truth for some folks. But for some people, they're just saying that because if they say, I'm 39 and I want to have children, they don't want to hear the backlash of, oh, you took too long, or what are you going to do? Freeze your eggs. So we have to be honest about, one, what are we looking for in a relationship? Two, what are we looking for in the person? And three, saying it aloud, making it clear to the universe, to God, to ourselves, to our community, what it is that we want, so that we stay accountable to reaching it.
How does someone stay accountable to what they want, or kind of break down what they want so they can be very specific?
Mm-hmm. Well, one, being honest, right? So, as I said, are you just saying, oh, marriage is just a piece of paper because that's what your boyfriend of 10 years keeps saying to you? Or is that something that you actually believe, right? So, are you being honest with yourself? After that, write it down. Like, I'm talking about pen and paper, a notebook, not in your notes in your phone. Write down what it is that you want. And again, say it aloud. I'm going to tell my friends I want to lose 20 pounds, so that when they see me eating stuff I'm not supposed to eat, they're going to hold me to it. We like to say, oh no, you got to keep stuff private because folks are going to.
Right.
How is a hater going to stop me from losing weight? What they're going to do?
Right.
They're gonna drip the calories on my, like, how is a hater gonna
Right.
stop me from getting the promotion? How is a hater gonna stop me from getting a next degree? You saying things aloud and putting it out in the atmosphere, no one, if you are a believer, no one has the capability of being able to tamper
Take
with
that
that.
away.
You
That's
say
right.
it aloud, it's gonna help your loved ones hold you accountable and help you hold yourself accountable. Because now you're gonna be embarrassed saying all that stuff that you were gonna do and you didn't do it. So it's gonna force your hand.
All right. What about writing things down as far as like what you want from a person? Should you be writing what you